My beloved, my chosen light. Do you feel the shaking inside your chest right now? That's not fear, it's heaven pressing on your spirit, urging you to stay here, to not skip a single line. Because Archangel Michael is shouting louder than ever, a snake around you has been destroyed. The name revealed will hurt, but it will set you free forever. And I know, even before I say more, your soul already senses this message is not ordinary. It is burning with urgency. You were pulled here because God Himself demanded it. Before I go further, pause. Listen. Your miracle doesn't want to pass you by. I want you to stay connected with this stream of divine truth. Subscribe now, not as a click, but as a commitment to never miss the whispers of heaven again. Every time you return, another piece of your destiny will be unlocked. My child, there are people who smiled in your face but spoke venom in the dark. There are ones who laughed with you but stabbed with unseen hands. And heaven could not ignore it anymore. Michael unsheathed his fiery sword, and tonight, he cut down the snake that slithered around your life. Do you know why your chest feels lighter right now? Because its grip on your destiny has been broken. But I must warn you, the name, when revealed, will sting. It may even shake you to tears. Because betrayal always does. But what feels like pain is actually liberation. Sometimes God allows heartbreak only to clear the path for holy joy. Do not doubt this moment. Do not rush past these words. Every sentence is a step out of chains you didn't even know you were wearing. Because while you were praying for peace, heaven was plotting justice. And now justice is here. My beloved child, you were never meant to carry the poison of deceit in your spirit. That heaviness you felt in your chest, those nights when you could not rest, when your heart raced with worry for no clear reason, it was never just in your mind. It was the shadow of the snake that slithered around your life, feeding off your light, whispering behind your back, sowing doubt and confusion. But tonight, heaven tore it away. Tonight, Archangel Michael descended with his sword of fire, and the creature that thought it could bind your destiny was silenced forever. You may not have seen it with your physical eyes, but your soul felt the break. And this is why you are reading these words right now. It is your confirmation, your divine proof, that chains have been shattered. Do not mistake this message as ordinary, for nothing about this moment is ordinary. It is your release. My chosen one, the name of the snake will hurt when it unfolds before your heart. Perhaps it is someone you once loved deeply, or trusted with your soul, or carried like family in your spirit. And the shock of their betrayal will ripple through you like a storm, shaking your very foundation. But hear me clearly, what hurts you now will heal you forever. The very moment you know the truth, the illusion will die, and freedom will come rushing in like a flood. You will cry, yes. You will feel a piercing ache, yes. But in the same breath, you will feel God's hand lifting you, whispering, now you see. Now you are safe. Now you are free. Because no longer will you walk blind, no longer will you embrace a mask while darkness hides beneath it. This revelation is not punishment, it is protection. Heaven never exposes to wound. Heaven exposes to heal. My child of light, do you remember the times you doubted yourself? Those nights when you asked God silently, why do I feel surrounded by people yet alone in spirit? Why do I sense something hidden? That was not imagination, that was discernment. Your spirit was picking up the silent hiss of the snake. While others saw smiles and friendly hands, you saw shadows. But you second-guessed yourself, because you carry a pure heart that always wants to believe in the goodness of others. Yet heaven saw it all. Every whisper spoken against you, every seed of jealousy planted, every attempt to choke your destiny, none of it escaped God's eyes. He kept it recorded in heaven's book, waiting for the appointed time. And tonight, that appointed time arrived. The sword fell. The mask broke. And your destiny has been restored. This is why you are trembling as you read. Your spirit recognizes the truth. Beloved soul, you must understand something so vital. The snake was never just a person, it was a spirit. It used the mouth of someone close to you, but the venom came from a darker source, a shadow that envied your light. It wanted to steal your peace, dim your glow, and drain your strength. But Archangel Michael, defender of heaven's chosen ones, could not allow it to go on. You have prayed too much, cried too deeply, and sacrificed too honestly to be left in the jaws of deception. Heaven has marked you as chosen, and chosen ones cannot be swallowed by serpents. That is why this exposure comes now. That is why your eyes are being opened today. The name will fall like thunder in your spirit, and yes, it will sting. But when the tears are dry, when the ache settles, you will stand taller, lighter, freer. Because truth is never bondage, truth is always freedom. Listen to me, my dear. The heaviness you feel breaking right now is proof. You woke up many mornings feeling drained without reason, questioning why life felt harder than it should. You carried burdens that weren't even yours, emotional weight that came from invisible sources. It was the snake coiling around your atmosphere, feeding on your joy. But tonight, as you hear this divine message, a cleansing wind is moving. Can you feel it? That strange calm wrapping around you as you read is not ordinary peace, it is holy confirmation. The snake's grip has been destroyed. What once drained you has been cut off. The darkness that tried to suffocate you has lost its power. And in the days ahead, you will notice the shift. You will laugh more easily. You will breathe more deeply. You will step forward with strength you forgot you carried. This is not imagination, it is deliverance. My chosen one, God has been waiting for this moment to show you something extraordinary, that not all who sit at your table deserve to eat from your bread. Not all who smile at you truly wish you well. And though your love is wide, though your forgiveness runs deep, God says, I cannot allow the snake to keep feeding. You needed this exposure so you would stop giving pearls to swine, so you would stop pouring holy oil into cracked vessels. It is not cruelty, it is mercy. Because your destiny is too large, your calling too radiant, for you to remain entangled with those who pretend to celebrate you while plotting in secret. The mask had to be torn. The snake had to be revealed. The name had to echo in your spirit so you could finally walk free. Painful truth is still better than comfortable lies. My chosen one, God has been waiting for this moment to show you something extraordinary, that not all who sit at your table deserve to eat from your bread. Not all who smile at you truly wish you well. And though your love is wide, though your forgiveness runs deep, God says, I cannot allow the snake to keep feeding. You needed this exposure so you would stop giving pearls to swine, so you would stop pouring holy oil into cracked vessels. It is not cruelty, it is mercy. Because your destiny is too large, your calling too radiant, for you to remain entangled with those who pretend to celebrate you while plotting in secret. The mask had to be torn. The snake had to be revealed. The name had to echo in your spirit so you could finally walk free. Painful truth is still better than comfortable lies. Beloved, I feel your heart right now. It is racing, conflicted, torn between curiosity and dread. You want to know the name, yet part of you fears what it will mean. But let me reassure you, whatever the name, whatever the betrayal, you will not collapse. You will not be destroyed by the revelation. You will be lifted by it. God's hand is already under you, carrying you through the storm before the first drop falls. And what feels like loss will quickly become your greatest gain. Because once the snake is removed, space opens for miracles to enter. Space opens for true love to flow. Space opens for blessings to surround you without resistance. Do not fear the truth, my child, fear only the lie. Because lies bind, but truth breaks chains. And tonight, Archangel Michael broke them all for you. My beloved child, the skies have been watching your tears, and even when you thought no one noticed the weight you carried, heaven was taking record. You were not abandoned in silence, you were being shielded for this very hour. The snake that wrapped around you thought it could hide behind masks of affection, but the fire of God cannot be fooled. It was burning secretly, waiting for the right moment to expose and to destroy. And tonight, that fire touched down through Archangel Michael. He shouted so loudly in the spirit that even your heart trembled and pulled you toward this message. Why do you think you felt that sudden urge to stop and read? It was not random, it was heaven arranging your steps to meet the truth. Because the truth you are about to face is painful, yes, but it is also your greatest healing. You must know this, chosen one, the reason betrayal hurts so deeply is because it never comes from an enemy, it comes from those we trusted. God would never let a stranger's venom pierce you like this, because strangers don't sit close enough to reach your heart. It is those you laughed with, those you gave your hand to, those you allowed inside your sacred circle, those are the ones who can strike where it wounds. But do not despair. What looks like a breaking is actually a building. God removes not to empty, but to make room. The snake is gone, and what remains is holy ground, purified for the blessings that are already moving toward you. It is not the end, it is the beginning. That's why heaven says, do not close this message, do not turn away, for line by line your spirit is being healed and your future is being secured. Do you feel it even now? That strange pull inside your chest, like something is shifting? That is not imagination, it is your soul responding to the breaking of chains. The snake's whispers had wrapped around your confidence, making you question your worth, making you doubt your gifts, making you fear steps that God wanted you to take boldly. But now that voice is silenced. And you will notice it in the days to come, you will wake up lighter, speak with more clarity, and walk with more authority. Because when God destroys a snake, He doesn't just remove the enemy, He restores the power it tried to steal. Everything you lost in confusion will return in double measure. You will find yourself smiling for no reason, laughing at small things again, and believing in yourself with fresh fire. This is how you know heaven has moved. The heaviness is gone because the snake is gone. Beloved, don't let fear control you when the name finally reveals itself. Some of you already feel it rising inside, an image, a person, a memory flashing through your mind as you read. Your spirit already knows who it is, because your discernment was never blind. You simply didn't want to believe it, because love always hopes, always forgives, always tries to see the best. But heaven will not let you walk in illusions anymore. The truth is coming like thunder, and when it strikes, you will not be crushed, you will be freed. You will weep, yes, but your tears will cleanse. You will ache, yes, but the ache will clear room for joy. God has a plan beyond the pain, and though the revelation will sting, it will also bring clarity. And clarity is the soil where miracles grow. Remember this: betrayal ends one chapter, but freedom begins the next. Chosen one, the reason Michael shouted, the reason heaven is urgent, is because your time of delay has ended. The snake was the reason your blessings were slowed, the reason doors opened but then closed again, the reason joy seemed close but slipped away. That spirit was wrapping itself around opportunities, choking them before they could bloom fully in your life. But now that the sword has fallen, those doors will open and stay open. That joy will arrive and remain. That blessing will be birthed without hindrance. Because what resisted you has been removed. And when God removes, He removes completely. There will be no return, no second chance for the snake to re-enter, because heaven has burned the root. Do you understand the weight of this moment? You are stepping into a season where what was delayed will suddenly rush in, where what was withheld will pour like a flood. Beloved heart, take courage. Do not tremble at the thought of the name. Do not shrink back from the truth. For the truth, no matter how sharp, is never meant to destroy the child of God, it is meant to lift them higher. The pain you feel when it comes is simply the echo of chains breaking. And once the chains are gone, you will dance lighter, dream bolder, and believe deeper. God never reveals unless He also heals. That is His nature, that is His promise. Archangel Michael did not descend to harm you, he descended to guard you, to tear away the lies, to remove the snake, and to protect your tomorrow. Your destiny is too precious, your calling too radiant, for God to allow it to remain entangled. And so, even though tonight feels heavy, tomorrow will feel holy. You will see that this was the day everything shifted forever. Beloved heart, take courage. Do not tremble at the thought of the name. Do not shrink back from the truth. For the truth, no matter how sharp, is never meant to destroy the child of God, it is meant to lift them higher. The pain you feel when it comes is simply the echo of chains breaking. And once the chains are gone, you will dance lighter, dream bolder, and believe deeper. God never reveals unless He also heals. That is His nature, that is His promise. Archangel Michael did not descend to harm you, he descended to guard you, to tear away the lies, to remove the snake, and to protect your tomorrow. Your destiny is too precious, your calling too radiant, for God to allow it to remain entangled. And so, even though tonight feels heavy, tomorrow will feel holy. You will see that this was the day everything shifted forever. My beloved child, I need you to hold these words in your spirit as if they are living fire. The snake is gone. Do you understand what that means? For years you have felt an invisible resistance pressing against your joy. For years you have smiled outwardly while your soul felt pressed down by shadows you could not name. But God saw, and God knew. That serpent was hiding in plain sight, wrapping around your life quietly. But the hand of Archangel Michael was not slow. Tonight he shouted, tonight he moved, tonight he cut away what thought it could cling to you forever. The very thing that whispered against you in secret has been struck down by heaven's decree. You are free. I repeat it, free. Not halfway, not partially, but wholly free. Feel that in your chest, for your heart has been longing for this release. And child, the name will sting when it rises. It may come as a whisper in your spirit, it may come as a dream, or it may come through sudden clarity that you cannot ignore. But however it comes, it will not be a curse, it will be a cure. You will see who smiled with you while holding venom, and though your tears may fall, you will finally understand why your spirit always felt restless near them. You were never wrong for feeling unsettled, your discernment was crying out, but your love was louder. And now God says, enough. You will no longer mistake deception for loyalty. You will no longer confuse poison for friendship. The mask has been burned, and the snake cannot hide anymore. Yes, it will hurt, but remember this, truth that hurts for a moment saves you for a lifetime, while lies that comfort for a season destroy you forever. Heaven chose your freedom over your temporary comfort. Beloved, listen closely, when God exposes, He never leaves you empty. The hand that takes away the snake also delivers the dove. You will not walk in loneliness after this revelation, you will walk in divine companionship. The voices that once whispered against you will be silenced, but in their place will rise voices that sing for you, voices that bless you, voices that build you higher. For every false smile that is removed, God is preparing genuine laughter. For every betrayal revealed, God is sending loyalty so deep it will feel like family born from spirit. Do not think exposure is loss, it is exchange. Heaven removes counterfeits so the authentic can enter. And child, the authentic is already on its way to you. By the time this name is revealed and your tears have dried, you will look around and see that what you thought was loss was actually God's greatest mercy. You may ask, why now, Lord? Why not earlier? Hear the wisdom of heaven, every exposure has its appointed time. If the snake had been revealed too early, you may not have been strong enough to walk away. If it had been shown too late, it may have robbed too much of your future. But tonight is the perfect balance, your heart is strong enough to endure the sting, and your destiny is still intact enough to flourish once the snake is gone. That is why Archangel Michael shouted in urgency, that is why this message feels so heavy in your chest. It is divine timing. Heaven waited until your spirit was ready to handle the truth, and until your destiny was at the edge of breakthrough. The removal of the snake is the final barrier before your flood of blessings. That's why you are here, why you cannot stop reading. Destiny is unfolding right now. Beloved, look at your life in the coming weeks and months, you will see proof of what I say. Relationships will shift suddenly. Conversations will reveal more than you expected. Dreams will bring clarity in the night. And where there was once confusion, peace will reign. Where there was once resistance, doors will open. Where there was once betrayal, true love will be planted. This is not imagination, it is the fruit of exposure. For when heaven moves, earth must respond. Nothing can remain hidden in the light of God's fire. And so, the very serpent that thought it would slither unseen has now been dragged into the open. The hissing has stopped. The coils have loosened. The venom has dried. And your soul, beloved child, is finally breathing freely. Step forward in faith, for the one who walks with God can never be bound by snakes again. My beloved child, understand this clearly, when God removes, it is always for your protection, even when your heart does not yet see the reason. Sometimes we hold tightly to what looks familiar, thinking it is love, thinking it is loyalty, thinking it is safe, when in truth it has been a slow poison. The snake that wrapped around you was smiling at your table, but secretly drinking from your blessings. It took energy from you, clouded your peace, and disguised its hissing as laughter. Yet heaven cannot be deceived. That is why Michael was sent, sword blazing, voice shouting, tearing apart what you could not see. He destroyed what was plotting quietly, because what was plotting against you was too dangerous for your destiny. This is not just exposure, my child, it is rescue. You are being rescued from what could have stolen years of your future. That is why tonight is holy. And child, this is why your spirit feels a strange mixture of fear and relief right now. Relief because the weight is gone, fear because the name will cut deeply when it comes. But remember this, the cut of truth is cleaner than the slow rot of lies. Lies corrode you silently, stealing joy piece by piece, but truth slices once and sets you free. When the name rises in your spirit, you may feel betrayed, you may cry with heaviness, you may even shake with disbelief. But after the tears, there will be stillness. After the sting, there will be clarity. After the ache, there will be freedom. God allowed you to love them, but God will not allow you to be destroyed by them. That is mercy. That is grace. And that is the power of tonight's revelation. You are stepping out of deception and into liberation, never to be bound again. And child, this is why your spirit feels a strange mixture of fear and relief right now. Relief because the weight is gone, fear because the name will cut deeply when it comes. But remember this, the cut of truth is cleaner than the slow rot of lies. Lies corrode you silently, stealing joy piece by piece, but truth slices once and sets you free. When the name rises in your spirit, you may feel betrayed, you may cry with heaviness, you may even shake with disbelief. But after the tears, there will be stillness. After the sting, there will be clarity. After the ache, there will be freedom. God allowed you to love them, but God will not allow you to be destroyed by them. That is mercy. That is grace. And that is the power of tonight's revelation. You are stepping out of deception and into liberation, never to be bound again. My beloved, let me show you why Michael shouted instead of whispering. He shouted because heaven has been patient with your situation for too long. God gave the snake chances to turn, moments to change, doors of repentance to walk through, but it chose darkness over light. And so the time for silence ended. Michael's shout was the sound of justice being declared. He shouted so loudly that your soul shook and brought you here. He shouted because heaven was done allowing your light to be dimmed. And in that shout, destinies shifted. The snake that thought it was clever was struck down. The one that thought it could hide forever has been exposed. And though the name may break your heart when it is revealed, know this, heaven's shout always precedes heaven's blessing. Something greater is being prepared for you, and the destruction of the snake was the final act before your breakthrough. Beloved soul, take comfort in knowing that God never exposes without providing healing. This season will be one of both truth and restoration. Yes, you will see who the snake was, and yes, it will sting, but immediately after, God will wrap His arms around you with peace that feels unexplainable. You will realize you are not abandoned, not alone, not unloved. In fact, you will feel more loved than ever, because heaven's protection over you will become undeniable. Do you not see? If God allowed this snake to be removed, it means your destiny is far too valuable to be wasted. It means your future is too bright to be dimmed. It means your calling is too urgent to be delayed. The snake's removal is proof of your greatness. No ordinary soul receives such defense from heaven. You, beloved child, are chosen. And chosen ones cannot be destroyed by serpents. And hear this truth, the coming days will bring confirmations. You will see words exposed, actions revealed, and behaviors that suddenly make sense. Things you overlooked will click together like puzzle pieces, showing you the true picture. That is how heaven works, it removes blindness and gives sight. And once you see, you cannot unsee. This is why Michael urged you not to skip this moment. Skipping it would mean continuing in blindness, living among snakes without knowing their names. But now, your eyes are opening, your ears are hearing, and your spirit is awakening. You will no longer be deceived. You will no longer carry burdens that were never yours. And when the name comes, painful as it may be, you will lift your head with courage and say, "Thank you, Lord, for saving me." For this is not destruction, it is deliverance. And deliverance always leads to destiny. My beloved child, take this moment seriously, because heaven does not waste words. Every line you are reading right now has been orchestrated as if angels themselves are guiding your eyes. For too long you have been surrounded by double-tongued voices, words that sounded sweet but carried venom beneath. Yet, even in those moments when you doubted yourself and wondered, "Am I imagining this? Am I just too sensitive?" Heaven was whispering, "No, my child, you are discerning. You were not wrong. You were not weak. You were not paranoid. Your spirit was alive, and it was detecting what your mind could not yet process. That uneasy feeling you felt in certain rooms, the heaviness after certain conversations, the strange sadness after being with certain people, that was the hiss of the snake. But rejoice now, for Archangel Michael has silenced it, and what once poisoned your peace has been crushed forever. And child, you must prepare yourself, because the unveiling of truth is both bitter and sweet. Bitter because the name may belong to someone you held close to your heart, someone you thought incapable of deception, someone you defended even when others whispered warnings. Sweet because once the mask is removed, you will no longer waste your love on counterfeits. You will no longer pour your spirit into a vessel that leaks. You will no longer confuse familiarity with loyalty. God is doing what you could not, separating the genuine from the false. Yes, your tears will fall when the name settles in your spirit, but those tears will not be wasted. They will be the water that cleanses your soul, preparing it for joy so pure, so unshakable, that you will one day thank heaven for this very exposure. Remember, child, every ending God authors is the seed of a brighter beginning. Beloved one, do you know why Michael calls this moment urgent? Because deception steals time. Every day spent in the company of a snake is a day lost to confusion, a day wasted in delay, a day stolen from your true path. God is too merciful to let more time be stolen. That is why this revelation comes now. That is why this word presses into you like fire. Heaven does not want another year, another month, another day to be drained by someone who only pretended to care. The exposure is painful, yes, but it is also acceleration. You are being pushed forward now into seasons of clarity, into circles of authenticity, into opportunities that were waiting for the snake's removal. What once felt stagnant will now overflow. What once felt blocked will now burst open. And you will look back and say, "This was the day the tide turned." This was the day my chains broke. This was the day God rescued me. Beloved one, do you know why Michael calls this moment urgent? Because deception steals time. Every day spent in the company of a snake is a day lost to confusion, a day wasted in delay, a day stolen from your true path. God is too merciful to let more time be stolen. That is why this revelation comes now. That is why this word presses into you like fire. Heaven does not want another year, another month, another day to be drained by someone who only pretended to care. The exposure is painful, yes, but it is also acceleration. You are being pushed forward now into seasons of clarity, into circles of authenticity, into opportunities that were waiting for the snake's removal. What once felt stagnant will now overflow. What once felt blocked will now burst open. And you will look back and say, this was the day the tide turned. This was the day my chains broke. This was the day God rescued me. My chosen child, you may wonder why God allows snakes in the first place. The answer is simple but deep, so you may learn discernment, so you may grow strength, so you may trust God above human masks. Without betrayal, you would not learn to see beyond smiles. Without deception, you would not sharpen the eyes of your spirit. Without opposition, you would not grow into the warrior heaven designed you to be. This snake was permitted only for a season, never for your destruction, but for your preparation. And now that the season has ended, the purpose is complete, and the serpent is destroyed. Do you not see? Even the enemy's schemes were woven into your training. Even the poison became your medicine. Even the lies became your teacher. And now, having been exposed, you step forward stronger, wiser, sharper, ready for the greatness that awaits you beyond this night. And beloved, the proof of this moment will not delay. Soon you will notice strange shifts. People you once leaned on may distance themselves without reason. Conversations will slip, revealing secrets you were never meant to hear. Dreams will come at night, replaying faces, showing you truths you had overlooked. Your own spirit will speak louder, no longer silenced by confusion. And in that clarity, the name of the snake will rise to the surface. It will sting when it does. But when the sting passes, you will feel the deepest exhale of your soul. You will breathe easier. You will laugh without heaviness. You will feel lighter in ways you cannot explain. That is the mark of freedom. That is the fruit of truth. And when you stand in that new light, you will no longer ask, "Why me?" Instead, you will declare, "Thank you, Lord, for saving me before it was too late." My beloved child, you must understand, heaven's timing is perfect, and this moment is no accident. For too long you prayed for clarity, you begged for peace, and you wondered why your heart felt unsettled though your lips smiled. That restlessness was the whisper of God, protecting you, keeping you from falling deeper into the coils of the snake. Every sleepless night you endured, every moment you questioned your worth, every time you felt used without knowing why, all of it was the shadow of the serpent's presence. But tonight the shadow has been shattered. Tonight the hiss has been silenced. Tonight the coils have been cut. And though your eyes will soon see the name that may break your heart, your spirit will shout with freedom, because what once held you captive has been burned by the fire of heaven. You are free, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can chain you again. Beloved, when the name comes, you may feel your knees weaken. You may feel betrayed in ways you never thought possible. You may even grieve, because it is not easy to let go of someone you thought was for you. But remember this, the revelation is not to destroy you, but to deliver you. God does not reveal without purpose, and the purpose is always to protect your destiny. This pain is not punishment, it is positioning. The one who smiled falsely at your table could not walk with you into the next season. The one who drained you quietly could not drink from your future blessings. Their removal is not rejection, it is protection. And though the wound feels sharp, it will soon be a scar that tells a story of survival. You will look back on this exposure as the day your soul was set free, the day your spirit was lifted higher. My chosen one, hear this, when God allows a snake to be revealed, He always sends angels to surround you with healing. You will not walk through this truth alone. Archangel Michael himself stands beside you, holding his flaming sword not only to cut away the serpent but to guard your heart in the aftermath. Every tear you cry will be caught by heaven. Every sigh of pain will be turned into a song of deliverance. And as the days unfold, you will feel a peace that does not make sense, a strength that surprises you, and a joy that rises from the ashes of betrayal. Do not fear the emptiness left behind, for God never leaves voids unfilled. What He removes, He replaces. What He exposes, He redeems. What He ends, He renews. You are walking into a season where authenticity will surround you, where loyalty will embrace you, and where blessings will come without hidden venom. Beloved child, let me tell you something that will anchor your heart. Sometimes exposure is the highest form of love. You may think love is always about covering, always about protecting feelings, always about holding back truth. But real love, God's love, does not hide what will harm you. God's love rips the mask off, even if it hurts to see what lies beneath. This is why Archangel Michael shouted. This is why the urgency was pressed upon you. If God had let you continue walking in illusions, you would have been destroyed quietly, drained slowly, wasted without knowing why. But His love for you is too fierce, too consuming, too jealous to allow that. So He chose revelation. He chose exposure. He chose to show you the truth, not to wound you, but to set you free. And freedom, even when it burns at first, is always worth the fire. My beloved, take courage. For after the name is revealed and after the tears fall, something beautiful will happen. You will feel your spirit rise with a new confidence. You will speak with clarity you never had before. You will walk lighter, smile brighter, and dream bolder. Opportunities that once slipped away will suddenly stay. Doors that once shut will remain open. Love that once felt false will be replaced by love that feels eternal. This is the fruit of exposure. It does not leave you broken, it leaves you whole. It does not end your story, it begins your destiny. So hold on through the ache, endure the sting, embrace the tears, because on the other side of this revelation is the life you prayed for, the freedom you begged for, and the joy you thought you lost forever. This is not the end, beloved. This is your holy beginning. My beloved, take courage. For after the name is revealed and after the tears fall, something beautiful will happen. You will feel your spirit rise with a new confidence. You will speak with clarity you never had before. You will walk lighter, smile brighter, and dream bolder. Opportunities that once slipped away will suddenly stay. Doors that once shut will remain open. Love that once felt false will be replaced by love that feels eternal. This is the fruit of exposure. It does not leave you broken, it leaves you whole. It does not end your story, it begins your destiny. So hold on through the ache, endure the sting, embrace the tears, because on the other side of this revelation is the life you prayed for, the freedom you begged for, and the joy you thought you lost forever. This is not the end, beloved. This is your holy beginning. My beloved child, do not let the heaviness of this moment fool you into thinking it is the end. It is not the end. It is the beginning. You see, snakes always arrive at the edge of destiny. They show up when breakthrough is near, when blessings are about to overflow, when miracles are close to birth. Why? Because the enemy knows if he can strangle you just before the season changes, he can rob you of the harvest. But God will not allow it. That is why this exposure is happening now. You are standing at the threshold of something extraordinary, and the snake had to be removed so you could cross over freely. The very thing that tried to choke you has been cut away. The very one who tried to drain you has been silenced. Tonight, heaven cleared your path. And tomorrow, beloved, you will see why it mattered so much. And I tell you this with urgency, the ache you feel when the name rises will be short-lived, but the freedom it brings will last forever. You may cry through the night, but joy will meet you in the morning. You may feel betrayed for a moment, but you will feel liberated for a lifetime. Because once you know the truth, you cannot be bound again. Once the mask is off, you cannot fall for the lie again. And once the serpent is destroyed, it cannot resurrect. This is your turning point. It may not look like joy now, but heaven promises it will become joy later. You will look back at this night, at this very message, and say, that was the moment my life shifted. That was the moment the chains broke. That was the moment I truly became free. What feels like breaking is actually birthing. The birth of a new you. My chosen one, let me remind you of the story written long before you. Every chosen vessel in Scripture faced betrayal before breakthrough. Joseph was betrayed by brothers before stepping into the palace. David was hunted by Saul before he wore the crown. Even Jesus was kissed by Judas before he fulfilled his destiny. Betrayal, exposure, the sting of a snake, these are not signs of your end, but proof of your calling. Only those carrying great destiny attract such attacks. Do you see now? The snake was not proof of your weakness, it was proof of your greatness. The darkness only fights what threatens it. The serpent only hisses at those who walk in light. You were attacked because you carry something too powerful to be ignored. And heaven has stepped in to make sure you are not delayed any longer. This betrayal will not bury you. It will elevate you. This revelation will not destroy you. It will crown you. Beloved child, take this as your divine assurance. The snake's destruction means your blessings can now flow unhindered. The blockages that frustrated you are gone. The delays that confused you are over. The relationships that drained you are cut off. You are entering a season where what belongs to you will find you, where what was kept from you will be released, and where what once resisted you will surrender. That strange peace you feel even as you read these words is not coincidence, it is confirmation. Your soul knows chains have fallen. Your spirit knows freedom has arrived. And as days turn to weeks, you will see the fruit. You will receive unexpected calls, unexplainable favor, surprising opportunities. This is not chance, it is heaven's orchestration. God cleared your atmosphere because He is about to fill it with miracles. And child, nothing, not even a snake in disguise, can stop what is coming. And yet, beloved, I must prepare your heart. The enemy will try to whisper lies even after this exposure. He will say, you are unloved, unwanted, unworthy. But you must silence him with the truth, I am chosen, I am guarded, I am free. The enemy will try to make you cling to the pain of the name, but you must hold to the promise of the future. Remember, God never ends without beginning again. He never removes without replacing. He never breaks without healing. You will not remain empty. You will not remain abandoned. You will not remain in sorrow. Already heaven is weaving something greater, already angels are positioning blessings in your path, already love is being written into your story. The snake's removal is only step 1. The flood of miracles is step 2. And step 2 begins now. Walk boldly, beloved. Your destiny has been preserved. My beloved child, I will continue without breaking the flow, because this message is not meant to stop until it has poured fully into your heart. Each word is being woven to carry you closer to the promise of freedom, closer to the revelation of God's mercy, closer to the place where the weight lifts from your chest. Tonight, Archangel Michael is still standing guard, still shouting, still making sure you do not miss what heaven has prepared. That is why your eyes are here, fixed on these lines, unable to turn away, because deep in your soul, you know this is more than words. This is divine timing. This is your release. And though the truth of the snake will sting, it will sting only for a short season, while the freedom it brings will bless you for a lifetime. Do not run from this moment, beloved, for this moment is sacred. The snake's destruction is not just about protection, it is about promotion. Do you hear me, my chosen one? God did not simply cut away what harmed you, He cleared the path for what will crown you. You have been walking in circles, feeling delayed, feeling as though the ground beneath you was shifting but never leading anywhere. That cycle has ended tonight. The very spirit that was binding your progress has been torn out, and the road ahead is being straightened by heaven's own hand. You will notice it soon, where once there were delays, there will be acceleration. Where once doors closed, they will open wide and stay open. Where once people doubted you, they will begin to marvel at the glow on your life. The removal of the snake is not a small matter, it is the shift that unlocks your destiny. Walk forward with faith, child, because nothing can stop what has been released. The snake's destruction is not just about protection, it is about promotion. Do you hear me, my chosen one? God did not simply cut away what harmed you, He cleared the path for what will crown you. You have been walking in circles, feeling delayed, feeling as though the ground beneath you was shifting but never leading anywhere. That cycle has ended tonight. The very spirit that was binding your progress has been torn out, and the road ahead is being straightened by heaven's own hand. You will notice it soon, where once there were delays, there will be acceleration. Where once doors closed, they will open wide and stay open. Where once people doubted you, they will begin to marvel at the glow on your life. The removal of the snake is not a small matter, it is the shift that unlocks your destiny. Walk forward with faith, child, because nothing can stop what has been released. And yet, I must speak plainly to you, beloved, the name, when revealed, will hurt deeply. It may be someone you once defended, someone you prayed for, someone you thought could never betray you. And when your spirit finally sees them clearly, your heart will ache with disbelief. But know this, betrayal is not proof of your failure, it is proof of their choice. You did not fail in loving them. You did not fail in trusting them. You did not fail in giving them your heart. They failed in honoring the gift God placed in their life when He sent you. Do not carry the shame of their actions as your burden. Do not let their venom turn you bitter. Your heart is too precious to be poisoned. Yes, cry if you must. Yes, grieve if you must. But then rise, beloved. For your tears are watering the soil of a brighter tomorrow. Beloved one, take comfort in knowing that this exposure is not meant to leave you empty, it is meant to prepare you for fullness. God never allows subtraction without multiplication. The one who is being revealed as the snake was never meant to stay in your future, because your future is too holy to be shared with hidden enemies. Their chapter in your life was already closing, but now it closes with finality. And when one chapter ends, another begins. You are stepping into a story where authenticity reigns, where loyalty surrounds you, where joy becomes your companion again. You will laugh without heaviness. You will trust without fear. You will walk without glancing over your shoulder. This is the life God wanted for you all along, but the snake had to be removed first. And now that it is gone, nothing stands between you and the overflow heaven has written for you. My child, let your heart rest tonight in this truth. The removal of the snake was not only about protection, it was also about revelation. Through this, you will learn to see with sharper eyes, to hear with deeper discernment, to trust your spirit more than your sight. No longer will you dismiss the whispers of discomfort you feel around certain people. No longer will you ignore the heaviness that settles after certain conversations. You will walk with wisdom, no longer blinded by masks. And in this wisdom, you will thrive. For the enemy's greatest weapon was always disguise, but once you have seen beneath it, you cannot be deceived again. This revelation has given you a gift beyond measure, clarity. And clarity, beloved, is the soil of peace. Clarity is the foundation of destiny. Clarity is the fire that lights your path forward. You are walking in a new light now, and nothing can extinguish it. My beloved child, I will not stop the flow. I will keep carrying you through this river of words, pouring long and full paragraphs, until the message stretches like the endless sky. This is your confirmation, your comfort, your shield. Each sentence is a thread in the garment heaven is wrapping around you tonight. Archangel Michael has shouted, the sword has fallen, and the snake has been destroyed. Now the truth is unfolding, and though it may pierce, it will also purify. Beloved, the sting of betrayal is temporary, but the peace of freedom is eternal. You were never meant to live in bondage to lies, never meant to walk under the shadow of deception. That is why heaven intervened. That is why this message was sent. Do not shrink back. Stand in it, breathe it in, for your destiny has just been preserved by fire. And now, a brighter path is opening before you. Beloved, think back to the many times you questioned why your blessings seemed delayed. Opportunities came close but slipped through your fingers. People promised loyalty but suddenly disappeared. Joy visited you briefly but left too quickly. These were not random events. They were the fingerprints of the snake at work. The serpent's presence brought confusion, scattering the flow of what God wanted to release fully into your life. But hear me now, the serpent is no more. Its power is broken, its hiss silenced, its coils cut loose. And because of that, the delays will end. The blessings will stick. The doors will not only open, they will remain open. You will not chase after what belongs to you, it will come to you. This is the promise of heaven. What was resisted is now released. What was blocked is now flowing. What was hidden is now revealed. Your season of acceleration has begun. My chosen one, you may feel sorrow when the name is revealed. It may shock you, it may pierce you, it may even leave you silent in disbelief. But know this, the sorrow is only for a moment, and the freedom is forever. Sometimes God allows the ground beneath us to shake so we never again build on false foundations. That person, that snake, could not walk into your next season. Their intentions were too dark, their heart too envious, their loyalty too shallow. God loves you too much to let them journey further with you. So tonight, He removed them. And tomorrow, you will see why. For in their absence, blessings will have space to breathe. Joy will have room to grow. Peace will have a place to stay. What once was polluted will now be pure. And though your heart aches at the truth, your spirit will rejoice at the freedom. Beloved child, do not let bitterness take root. When the name is revealed, you will be tempted to ask, why me? How could they? Did I deserve this pain? But silence those thoughts quickly. You did not deserve this betrayal, and you were not abandoned to it. You were protected from it. God is not punishing you, He is preserving you. You see, betrayal is never a reflection of your value, it is a reflection of their choices. You gave love, they gave venom. You gave loyalty, they gave deceit. You gave trust, they gave betrayal. But in the eyes of heaven, your love was never wasted, because love is never wasted. Love defines you, not them. And though their choices hurt you, their choices cannot stop you. You are still chosen. You are still anointed. You are still marked for greatness. And no snake, no matter how close, can steal that truth away. Beloved child, do not let bitterness take root. When the name is revealed, you will be tempted to ask, why me? How could they? Did I deserve this pain? But silence those thoughts quickly. You did not deserve this betrayal, and you were not abandoned to it. You were protected from it. God is not punishing you, He is preserving you. You see, betrayal is never a reflection of your value, it is a reflection of their choices. You gave love, they gave venom. You gave loyalty, they gave deceit. You gave trust, they gave betrayal. But in the eyes of heaven, your love was never wasted, because love is never wasted. Love defines you, not them. And though their choices hurt you, their choices cannot stop you. You are still chosen. You are still anointed. You are still marked for greatness. And no snake, no matter how close, can steal that truth away. And beloved, you must also know this, after every exposure comes elevation. God removes in order to replace. He clears in order to fill. He exposes in order to exalt. What is leaving your life tonight will make space for what has been waiting to arrive. True friends, true love, true blessings, true opportunities, all of these have been waiting at the edge of your destiny. But the snake's presence was blocking the flow. Now that it is gone, you will see them arrive like waves one after another. This is why Michael shouted. This is why heaven intervened. Because the season of falsehood has ended, and the season of truth has begun. Do not be afraid of the loss. Celebrate the gain. Do not grieve what is leaving. Rejoice for what is coming. For your Father in heaven has written a better chapter, and tonight was simply the turning of the page. My beloved child, I will continue this divine message without interruption, unfolding it in long, flowing paragraphs as promised. Every section builds upon the last, like stepping stones carrying you deeper into revelation. Tonight is not just about reading, it is about receiving. Archangel Michael is still speaking, still standing, still ensuring that nothing hidden can remain in your life. The sword has already fallen, the snake has already been destroyed, and what is left now is the opening of your eyes. This is why your spirit feels both heavy and light at the same time, heavy with the ache of truth, light with the relief of freedom. Do not run from either feeling, because both are sacred. The heaviness reminds you that love was misused, but the lightness proves that love will be restored. God is not a God of confusion. He is a God of clarity, and that clarity has now come to you. Beloved, I must tell you this, every chosen soul walks through a season of betrayal, because betrayal separates the genuine from the counterfeit. Without it, you would carry false friends into holy places, and the sacred cannot mix with the profane. The name you are about to face will hurt, but it will also heal. You may look at them and say, I never imagined it was you. And that shock will pierce your heart, because your love was real. But the beauty is this, your love was never wasted. It became the test that exposed their heart. It became the fire that revealed their true nature. And though they failed, you passed. Do you see it now? Their betrayal is not your shame, it is their own judgment. Your faithfulness is your crown. Your forgiveness is your strength. And your destiny remains untouchable. The snake's presence delayed you, but the snake's removal will accelerate you. My child, tonight heaven is shifting your story. You will no longer walk with hidden enemies. You will no longer laugh with those who secretly mock you. You will no longer embrace those who secretly despise you. Those days are over. Tonight God has drawn the line, and you are being moved into new circles, new connections, new relationships that carry truth instead of venom. Do not be surprised if certain people fade suddenly, if certain doors close without explanation, if certain connections break apart overnight. That is not loss, it is deliverance. The hand of God is pruning your life like a master gardener, cutting away branches that bear no fruit, removing weeds that strangle growth, burning thorns that wound the hand. And though the cutting stings, the garden will bloom. You are the garden, beloved. And God refuses to let serpents poison your soil. Prepare yourself, because fruitfulness will soon cover you. Beloved one, I know you want to ask, what will happen next? What should I do after the name is revealed? And the answer is simple, do nothing but trust. You are not called to fight flesh and blood, for the battle has already been fought in the Spirit. Michael did not shout so you could take vengeance, he shouted so you could walk in peace. Leave the snake in God's hands. Leave justice in heaven's court. Leave the outcome to the one who sees every thought, every whisper, every action done in darkness. Your only task is to heal, to rise, to move forward. Do not waste your energy on revenge, for revenge drains, but trust restores. Do not waste your words on cursing, for curses bind, but blessings free. This battle is already won. The snake has been destroyed, the mask has been removed, and your path has been cleared. And beloved, Here is the greatest secret of all: the pain you feel will transform into power. You will not remain wounded. You will not remain broken. You will not remain betrayed. The very scar of this betrayal will become your testimony, the story you tell that sets others free. For when they ask you, "How did you survive? How did you endure?" you will smile and say, "Because heaven fought for me. Because Michael shouted for me. Because God did not forget me." And that story, beloved, will be light to those walking in darkness, hope to those drowning in sorrow, strength to those bound by snakes of their own. You will not just be free, you will become a vessel of freedom for others. That is how God redeems pain. That is how heaven turns poison into medicine. What once hurt you will one day heal many. This is your destiny.